You big dummy.
Great day. Welcome to the House of Masculinity. I'm Black Jack. We back, hitting them with a 1-2 punch. And tonight we talking Nagas to Negroes. And shout out to the Conrad, shout out to the homie Chef Darius. Salute. And y'all go over there and subscribe to his channel. If you like this type of content that I've been pushing, you know, you'll like a lot about his channel, Chef Darius. Go check him out. You know, and I would drop a link in the chat, but I'm gonna do something a little better. Yeah, that's his page. So go over there, subscribe to his channel, and check his videos out. Brother dropping some nice content. Check that out if you're a free thinker. You know, salute. Yeah, shout out to George Richard III, peace and honor. You know what I'm saying? Peace and honor. Salute from Huntsville, Alabama. Salute. Salute to Alabama. Salute to Alabama, okay. Yeah. Yeah, tonight we rocking Nagas to Negroes, you know. And yeah, I decided to hit y'all with this little 1-2 punch, you know. Had a little bit on my mind. You know, I'm up late tonight. Decided to talk about it, you know. And cause it's a lot to this subject, man. We've been hitting them with bangers back to back. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even up for debate at this point. You know, we done proved the case. You know, we done shut down the pretendians, defied all the fakes. You know, we showed the historical record. You know, and they ain't showing nothing but the Naga. So we're gonna take it to the next level now. We done got that out the way. We done clear things up on who the real ancient American is. We done got that out the way. So what's the significance of it all? What does it matter who's the ancient American? Well, it matters a lot. And a lot of people may not know, but a few people do know why it matters. And it comes down to understanding the origin of a person or a group of people or a nation of people. And, it comes down to identity. And we get into this story of identity. We got a couple groups out there hijacking the American Naga. And, when you called it out though, they want to call you. They want to call you names. Call you anti-Semitic, but you are Shem. Salute. You are King David. Kandawi. You are Joshua. You are Moses. The promised land is your home. But like I say, we got a lot of people that we got a lot of imposters out here. People that want to claim the titles. People that want to say it's them, it ain't us. We got several different groups doing it. We got some of our own saying, how could we be all of this? But they just don't understand. It's a little bit over their head. It's a little bit too deep. We're gonna talk about it tonight. And I'm gonna bring a little evidence from their own. I'm gonna let them speak on it. And we just gonna review it. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use. And the title of this one is Amazing Language Artifacts from the Book of Mormon. Native Americans knew Hebrew. Salute. This is what the synagogue of Satan been mad about. This is what Kyrie and Ye got them all in a bunch about. Even though it may be a bit over their head. Well, let's go there. Let's hear what he's talking about.
The ancient mound builders in North America didn't have a written language. And clearly...
That was a lie.
That was a lie.
You big dummy.
Clearly was several languages. But let's proceed.
The Book of Mormon talks about that the Nephites were literate. So if that's the case, then that would be very problematic. But it has been thought that the only literate civilization in the Americas was the Mayans.
The Mayans? Are you talking about the Negro Mayans like our guy on the Chama vase that we just talked about the other night? I guess that's who you're talking about. You're talking about the Negroes on the vase, huh? Yeah, we know exactly who you're talking about. You're talking about the real deal, the American Naga. But let's continue. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use.
And certainly the Mayans had this pretty intensive glyph system that they were using, which is clearly a form of writing. And so people thought, well, it must be the Mayans then because they have a written language. And while it's true that the Mayans...
Yeah. Well, at least you admitted it. All right, let's skip. They got a little commercial on. Let me skip this little ad.
Hi,
YouTube want to
I'm
pop
Mr.
up.
Pierre from Tampa, Florida, and I teach kindergarten.
We don't care.
Third grade. I teach 8th grade.
those who were the record keepers, and so forth. The people of King Benjamin, he had everything written down and then disseminated out to them, so obviously they were illiterate. So the language, if we were going to be looking for evidence for the language of the Book of Mormon, what language would we even be looking for? Well, it'd have to be Hebrew.
Salute.
You big dummy.
You're in North America looking for Hebrew. I wonder why. You're in the land of the North American Naga, and you looking for Hebrew? You bringing Hebrew interpreters? I wonder why. Who you think over there? Who the hell you think over there that speak Hebrew? No, not even that who you think. Who is over there that you know speak Hebrew over in the promised land?
Now build their civilization. In fact, one of those guys was John Wesley Powell. Lake Powell in Utah was named after him. One was Ephraim George Squires, and the other one is Lewis Henry Morgan. And Lewis Henry Morgan actually was the author of a book called Ancient Societies, in which he says that all human civilizations go through three stages of development.
Yeah, according to him. According to him. Fair use, YouTube.
They start off as ignorant savages, they move up to barbarism, and then up to civilization. And it was in that book that he labels the Native Americans as ignorant savages.
Oh, the ones that y'all knew written language was Hebrew, those Native Americans, you talking about those Nagas again? Oh, they savages now, huh? Oh, you got Manifest Destiny and Doomed Out verses on your mind? Go ahead.
And that book became the handbook of instructions for dealing with the Indians by the United States government.
Oh, okay.
And according to American Manifest Destiny doctrine, the Indians, because they were this ignorant people, they could be then denied their rights to vote, their rights denied to own land,
or they could
and
be
they were
enslaved.
then looked upon as being a subhuman species. Because Lewis Henry Morgan was also a very big advocate of another philosopher at the time by the name of Charles Darwin.
The eugenics, huh? Oh, Mr. Monkey Man. The Jewish eugenics professor Charles Darwin with his theory. Okay.
Who basically said that all humans evolved from apes and so forth, and so it was just thought that the Indians were just not as
not mankind, not man, not the original man. You mean mankind, the Neanderthal blood? That's what you're talking about?
Evolved as the Europeans were, and that's why they could take their lands and their rights from them, even though they're surely human beings, same as the Europeans. They were using their influence to try to downplay the importance of this ancient civilization that they found in the heartland of America.
Yeah.
And why would they do that? One of those things was Manifest Destiny.
I wonder why.
But there was another interesting aspect. Two of those three guys, just happened to be born to fathers who were Methodist ministers. In
all these ministers, all these people coming to the promised land, bringing Hebrew interpreters, looking for Hebrew writing and Hebrew people. Wonder why.
Palmyra, New York, in 1830.
1800s, huh?
Why is that significant? What's the chances that a Methodist minister in Palmyra, New York in 1830 had not heard about this upstart young prophet by the name of Joseph Smith and his Gold Bible, which talked about this highly advanced civilization that had a written language and so forth, and had roads and cities and on all these
cities of gold, huh? What a coinky dink.
Improvements of culture and sophistication. If they could somehow claim that all the Native American peoples had never attained that level of sophistication or that level of culture, then it would actually undermine the claims of Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon. And they set out to do that. And that we actually have non-Mormon experts who said that there was a deliberate attempt, a wanton destruction of this ancient history and recording it.
Yeah.
And that's a really interesting aspect of this, because that's exactly what you would think Satan would probably want to have happen, is to have the history of the Book of Mormon destroyed.
Yeah. Destroy that ancient history. Yeah, they was documenting your history, your Hebrew artifacts and writing, your land mass, so they could take your title. They want your title. Yeah, now we're finna take a look at native to the land.
I began to study and realize the parallels between the Jewish people and the Native American people.
They so confused. Look,
story.
we got two hijackers.
And it's helped me to understand
Two
that I'm
hijackers
fighting
trying to
for
steal
more
your
than just
title.
one
Hold on,
voice,
let me pause
but
this.
really
YouTube.
two nations.
I'll run it back then if y'all won't let me scroll it up. I don't see they want to hijack. My page don't want to respond, y'all. Hey, I got it set up. I got it set up.
I began to think about their plight.
We gonna wait. We ain't gonna exit
and I
the
began
page.
to think about
We gonna wait.
the
We
plight
gonna
of
let
the
it load.
native.
Y'all can't
And the plight
hijack this
of
one.
my people. And there's a lot of similarities when you think about that.
Native to the land
with
is
what natives have gone through with forced
They all
assimilation,
over there in that
boarding schools,
amusement park.
Poverty, being
Over
put on
there,
reservations.
talking about
You know,
Israel.
they've been displaced from their own land. I mean, there's a lot of parallels that you see.
Oh, they
with
want to
natives
hijack the truth so
and
bad.
the Jewish community. When I defend Israel, whether it be on social media or
I crank it back
in a
up,
public
YouTube,
forum of any kind or platform,
Google. If y'all want to, yeah.
I get the same typical responses
We keep hitting
from
wait.
people who aren't pleased with it. Almost 100%
We gonna
of the
vibe on
time,
this, y'all. I'm gonna keep hitting wait.
these are
We're
people
gonna be
who have never
stubborn
been
with
to
it.
Israel, who have never laid eyes on the things that they're talking about.
I want y'all.
And
I'm
so
gonna run it
because
back
I've
though, because I
been
want
there,
y'all
because
to
I have
see
laid
what
eyes on
the
it.
people.
I've had conversations
Matter of
with
fact,
Palestinian refugees.
We're gonna exit the page, but we're gonna run that back. Yeah. Man, the hijackers, here they go again. They want to call destruction on my stream, cause we dropping that straight raw the bitch, y'all.
Biatch.
Alright, let me refresh that page. See if we get it right. I ain't about to hijack this one. We're gonna run it right back. Native to the land of Israel. You got two hijackers on here trying to be us. Look. They so confused. They own to something, but they don't know exactly what they own to. They say these American Indians got to be
the
tribe of Judah,
parallels between the Jewish
lost
people
tribes
and
of
the Native
Israel.
Americans. The same story, and it's helped me to understand that I'm fighting for
Fair
more
use
than just
YouTube.
one voice, but really two nations.
Two nations, huh? Hey, you know what I'm saying? These pretendians talking about they Judah. They over there in the Isle of the Gentiles looking for the land of Israel. And Israel is a people and not a land. You big dummy.
You big dummy.
Hey, Eskimos. God speaks to me in mouth. Salute, homie.
I began to think about their plight, the Jewish people, and I began to think about the plight of the native.
See, he talking about thinking about their plight with Jewish people, and then he talking about thinking about the plight with the native. But he don't know. That's how you know it ain't him. The Native American Naga is Judah. You big dummy. That Hebrew writing they found was yours. He know it ain't his. This imposter came along the Bering Strait somehow. This Eskimo. You know, he don't even get it.
And the plight of
Because the
my
artifacts
people.
ain't
And
his.
there's a lot of
And they ain't from him.
similarities when
His
you think
people.
about that. With what natives have gone through with forced assimilation, boarding schools, poverty, being put on reservations. You know, they have been displaced.
What you
from their
mean,
own
like King Blue? That were raising hell on that reservation? Y'all want to kick him out? What you talking about?
land. I mean, there's a lot of parallels that you see.
A lot of
with
parallels.
natives.
What you mean, like
And-
Hebrew writing? The writing that you can't understand? Talking about the parallels. Hijacker. Want to be us. Don't even understand who he is. Yeah. The indigenous American Naga is the tribe of Israel. And they mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go this other one. Look at these $5 fakers. They want to be us so bad. Look at this one. Native American ambassador to Israel. That's why they mad at Kanye and Kyrie talking about You Nagas, the tribe of Israel, you talking about y'all Jews.
Today on Israel Hayom Insider.
They mad, they
People lived in the
big
Americas
mad.
for around
big dummy.
17,000
Mad.
years before Columbus arrived in 1492. But evidence suggests that there were earlier contacts with the Vikings, perhaps the Chinese, and maybe even the ancient Hebrews. In this episode of Israel Hayom Insider, we look at the surprising and still evolving relationship between
Fair
Native
use,
Americans
YouTube.
and the Jewish people. With me in the studio, Chief Joseph Riverwind, the acting principal.
See, they got all these videos trying to compare the pretendians with the synagogue of Satan. Because all both of them are trying to be us. They trying to be us. They know the promised land right here. They know they found the Hebrew right here. They know they found the seed of evil here. They found the Shemite here. You know what I'm saying? God speaks. Say, crazy thing, man. I was just talking about Naga earlier. I read a book called Bill of Wormwood. Okay, salute. You gotta check that one out. Bill of Wormwood. Salute. You know what I'm saying? They know it's you though. They know they know you the tribe. They know you the Israelite. They know you Judah. They know you King David. They want to be that so bad. They know you the indigenous American. They know you the first only American. You know, came from the dirt. You ain't come from nowhere else. They know you been here since creation. They know it's all you. They want to put on the feather. They want to be you bad. They rocking the Star of David.
Riverwind, the tribal spokesperson.
These folks out of their
the
mind,
Northern
man. These
Arawak
folks from the
Taino
island of
tribal
Gentiles.
nation.
You big
How are
dummy.
you today?
Look at these people, man. Let me get out the way.
I want you to start in. Tell me a little bit about your background. You've got a really interesting background.
Oh, very
combining
interesting.
Jewish and Native American traditions.
Absolutely.
Jewish and what? Hold on. And what the Jews that's mad at Kyrie? You know, they mad at Kyrie and Ye. Y'all ain't mad at this guy. Look at this
You've got
guy,
a really
man.
Interesting background, combining Jewish and Native American traditions.
Absolutely. Wakebaba today toka, guamikeni, daka mahura,
You
waribo,
big dummy.
kasite, jaguar.
Okay, how about in English?
Okay.
He can't try to speak. He's speaking Yiddish. He's speaking Yiddish. You dummy. What the
Big
Hebrew?
dummy.
What the Hebrew? These imposters, man. These hijackers, y'all. Peep them out now. Peep them out. These supposed to be the Native American, the Israelites. And they pale faces.
You big dummy.
I bet they wouldn't have rolled up on King Blue with this bullshit. Or Tuscaloosa. You know what I'm saying? Man, these hijackers, man. Come on, man. This what we all riding this out to the head, man. This what it was all about. You know what I'm saying? Proving who you is and proving who they ain't. It's all in the documents, man. At this point, man, it ain't even enough for debate, man. They faking. They want to be you so bad. Want to be you so bad, man. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's redemption for Gentiles. You know, everybody can't be the seed of the Most High. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Some people got Neanderthal blood. You got mankind and you got the original man. It ain't our fault. And we go back here to the Jewish Almanac. You know, I'm just saying. On October 1st, 1980, page 3 of the Jewish Almanac, they call it identity crisis. Strictly speaking, it is incorrect to call an ancient Israelite a Jew, or to call a contemporary Jew an Israelite, or a Hebrew. The first Hebrews wasn't Jews at all. Salute. We forgot about that one at all. You got the hijackers trying to sit on the throne. You know? And then the Book of Revelations. Don't get mad at me, YouTube. Don't get mad at me. The Book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 8. You know what I'm saying? I know your works. Look, I have set before you an open door that no one is able to shut. I know that you have but little power. You got illusion. Yeah, you have kept my word and have not denied my name. I will make those of the synagogue of Satan, who say they are Jews and are not, but are lying. I will make them come and bow down before your feet, and they will learn that I have loved you. Y'all check out Chef Darius, man. Check out the Conrad. Get that subscriber count up for him. He got 704. We want to help him get them numbers up. You know what I'm saying? Help my boy out. Hey, man. I just like bringing this real shit, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, God speaks to me and man. I say, yeah, that's like oil and water. Salute. It is, man. They hijackers. They want your title, man. They want y'all title. They want you throne. They want to say, yeah, we the Native Americans. Yeah. Matter of fact, we the Jew. We Judah too. Yeah, but the historical records say different. You know. Yeah, they found you here in the Promised Land. You know, and another channel I support, man. I'm gonna put y'all on. Let me pull him up. Let me pull this brother up, man. I've been rocking with this brother for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull this up. Brother, y'all need to go subscribe to this channel, what I'm finna show y'all now. Let me go to this. Drop Nation, 432 Drop. Go over there and subscribe to Drop Nation, man. The brother been doing it a long time, man. Hey, he can put you on to a lot. Just check him out, man. He got videos. You think this a game about America being the Promised Land? You think it's a game? Drop Nation been on it a long time. And he got this one here, the entire kingdom of Israel found in Utah. Judah. It's what they know that they hope you don't know.
Naga, I want you to listen to this rabbi real close, and then I want to feature some great drive by the bro John Levy, the bro Kuti Mayo. You know, we're gonna talk about some Judah. But let's see what they're saying about Utah and the old world Israelites in America.
From these areas, we find the tribes of Joseph, Ephraim, and Manasseh to have been predominant in Britain, and after that in the USA. Ephraim, the tribe of Ephraim, was especially important in Britain and its offshoots, whereas Manasseh came to dominate the USA. Nevertheless.
No, he speak Yiddish, man. You gotta really listen close to this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You better can understand what the hell he's saying.
I'm sorry, man. His voice is crazy.
See?
You know, I mean, the more we become aware, we like, yo, like, yeah, like you.
See, hey, Drop say the same thing. Salute the Drop Nation.
These people something else, man. You know what I mean? They there's weird voices and the whole type of flow to them, man.
Yeah.
Let's listen real. Oh, even the polygamy connects to.
Let's skip some.
Because we're doing a recon.
Skip some about this land of Judah in Utah.
Don't spread your germs, your niggerness. The English.
Drop on this stream, Drop just pointed out
just
on the
think
stream
about
all the places of the land of Judah, biblical lands that's located in Utah. Showing you the Promised Land. It's the Nagas. It's you.
Credit. Let us find the truth.
That's right.
And yeah, I mean, let's just do this quickly before my phone goes out here.
So, all right, Moab. You see where it's at now. Is this the biblical Moab, or is this some renamed Moab situation? Now, they would want you to think.
It's the old world Moab.
Reverse psychology, man. Just think about what they would want you to think.
Want you to think it's in the Isle of the Gentiles. They don't want you to think it's over here. They got you licking all across the damn sea, and you lost at home.
Not that difficult. As hard as the truth seems to be, you just gotta look close. We gotta look real close, man. Real close. So, is Moab in America? If that's the case, then Mount Nebo is in America. If that's the case, then Moshe is still buried.
And across from the plains of Moab.
Near Mount Nebo. And his life force was never dimmed, and his eye, or his eye was never dimmed.
Hey, check Drop Nation out, man. The brother break it down. He got these live streams. They pretty long, 2 hours and 2.5 hours. Some more, you know, that brother be giving up a lot of info. You need to check the Drop Nation out. I support them bros. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they the comrades. I fucks with them. Well, back to this Joker.
But they didn't destroy it all. because in the last couple of years, in fact, there's a show by the name of America Unearthed. This America Unearthed show is on the History 2 channel. The star of the show is Scott Wolter, and Scott Wolter is a forensic geologist. He is the owner of American Petrographic Services out of St. Paul, Minnesota. He's also a openly atheist individual as far as his religious beliefs. But he does the materials analysis for the United States government and for the military and so forth.
Okay.
And there has now been found 7 different either artifacts or locations that have Hebrew writing.
How many?
And for the military and so forth.
How many it was?
And there has now been found 7 different either artifacts or locations that have Hebrew writing.
Man, these folks know, man. It ain't no secret.
The
secret being kept from you. You who the secret being kept from. They know. They don't want the sleeping giant to awake. They don't want the Israelites to awaken. You know how dangerous that is for these folks? And they
mind to at least 2 of them, for example. One of them is the Bat Creek Stone, which was actually uncovered in an official archaeological dig by the Smithsonian back in 1889. It has characters on it. The characters were originally thought to be Paleo-Cherokee and actually published as such in one of the publications of the Smithsonian Institution, who was in charge of the Mound Survey Project, which actually doing the digging on these mounds. But then 75 years later, some Hebrew experts came upon that publication and realized that the Smithsonian had published it upside down. If you rotate the illustration 180 degrees,
upside down.
It's perfectly legible Hebrew, and translate.
They find all this Hebrew on your lands, and they got and you know they got the nerve to put a $5 pretending up talking about it's you. They don't line up. Their DNA don't line up. Their artifacts don't line up. Nothing. They line all up
for
with
the
you.
Judeans, which is a clear reference to Judah, which is the old world, and this is found under the head of a skeleton in a mound on just off of the Tennessee River, and the mound dates
Tennessee. Well, Tennessee, that's Naga, man. That's Naga town. Ain't nothing but Negroes in Tennessee, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You supposed to believe that some kind of $5 pretending you're faking, man. Come on, man.
The 100 AD.
Guys, Exam Labs can help you easily pass your certification exam on your first try,
YouTube,
and you can change your career.
Ads.
And he actually went in with scanning electron microscopy, and then also with the latest technology, which is a 3D digital microscope.
What he found?
And with other experts, and established the fact that there's no way that this stone could have been forged or faked back in the 1800s because of the fact that where you scratch with a
you know it ain't fake.
A stylus. When you scratch that into the stone, it actually rips away part of the outer crust of the stone, and that is very jagged at first. But over the course,
basically he's saying, man, this shit was real. They trying to say it's fake. They like, hell no, the Smithsonian trying to hide it. They're like, man, you can't be telling people it was Hebrew over here. Flip that shit upside down. Tell them it's Cherokee. You gotta get all this deception.
You big dummy.
You gotta try to hide the fact of who these people is. You can't hide it all. So now you gotta hide and say the people come from somewhere else, and you put up the straw man and say this is the natives. Come on, man, break the spell. They only trying to fool you. They ain't trying to fool nobody else. They trying to fool the niggers. It's the only person they trying to fool.
They don't have a clue.
You done been what they don't want you to know is you done been double whammy. You thought it was just about slavery. You got drug out of Africa. They fooled you with that one. You got double whammy. You got the slavery and you was the Indian. They told you the story about the Indian. Told you it was somebody else. Turned out that's you too. They double whammied you. And then the triple whammy was lying to you about it all.
But the Book of Mormon has the answer.
Yeah, I bet your book got the answer. You
That's not
laughing
the only
about
one.
it.
There's one other one that's a really important one. He also did the same kind of analysis on this stone. It's called the Decalogue stone. It was found in Newark, Ohio in 1860 by a guy by the name of David Wyrick. He was a town surveyor and a very well-respected man of the community. He had 9 individuals that came out. They dug down this mound.
What they found on the Decalogue stone? Let them know.
When they found on the Decalogue stone, clunk,
boss.
and so they went and looked at it, and they could shake it, and there was something inside of it. They cleaned it off. They found it had a rim around it, so they...
What was written on the rim, boss?
Took chisels and chiseled it out, popped it open. Inside there was this black stone covered with writing.
What kind of writing, boss?
Took it to some rabbis.
You just said the Indians ain't right.
And the
lying about everything. Lying about who he is, saying we wasn't writing. And but here we find the truth.
Guys looked at it and said, it's Hebrew. And they were able to actually, they said it's a form of Hebrew we've never seen before. It's so early.
Yeah, because it's the original Hebrew. It's Paleo Hebrew. Yeah, you never saw it before because it ain't yours. Motherfuckers. All this lying about history, man. All this fake ass education system, man. Got you growing up confused. It's hard to break that spell too. You now they gotta be in the right situation. You gotta be around the right people. You gotta be a free thinker. It's tight, man. This shit been designed to keep you blind and distracted. You know, keep you on the hamster wheel, on the rat race. Man, I get out and work like everybody else. But I took a couple of days off. I was like, I need some time off, man. I gotta get my mind straight. My mother just came out the hospital, me helping getting her back straight. Took some time off to kick it with the fam, So it's like you think about all this stuff, and a lot of people don't even have time to consider. A lot of people don't have time to invest in reading or studying because they're so busy on this hamster wheel working 10, 12 hours a day just trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people work for peanuts. It's easily keeping us distracted. But we here to break the spell. We here to expose the truth. Expose the truth on these Yiddish speaking motherfuckers. Expose the truth on these motherfuckers from the Barren Strait. Talking about they the natives. And all that's you. All that's you. They got half the tribe thinking niggas from Africa. You know what I'm saying? Looking in the wrong direction. It ain't even funny, but I must laugh, You got this Pan-African movement, but that's dead. Ain't nothing Pan-African about you. All your ancestors buried here. So what's Pan-African about you? Ain't none of your ancestors in the soil over there. I challenge you to name one. Name one for me. Tell me one of your ancestors that's buried over in Africa. Tell me, not just in Africa. Tell me where in Africa. Tell me their name. Tell me when they lived and died. I challenge you to do that. The majority of you cannot do it because it ain't true. And the ones that can't do it, they came here recently. Like old boy at the store at the street from your house. Yeah, he can tell you about all his ancestors. He barely probably got his green card. But you been here. Your grandma buried here. Your granddaddy buried here. They grandmama and they granddaddy's buried here. Like, you on some Pan-African shit? We gotta wake up out here. And we all been deceived. I can name all these black warriors that got caught up in Indian wars, in Indian country. Some might have gotten enslaved. Some was born freemen, not freedmen. Born a free man, not a freed man. It's a difference in that. I can pull up all this evidence. But the only thing a Pan-African nigga can tell me is a story about Shaka Zulu, a motherfucking King Tut, a motherfucking, which all that's some bullshit anyway when you really know about the true Egypt or Tamari. They're gonna tell me about Mansa Musa, Toby, a motherfucking Kunta Kinte. That's all they got.
You big dummy.
What the real stories at? Name the places. They don't tell me about, just some old broad line bullshit. But it's time we gotta have more facts than that. Hey, God speak say we were everywhere before the cataclysm fights. you know, people that look like us roam the whole plane. You know, it's easy to see. You know, certain people ain't been on the earth that long. Certain people ain't even been on the earth 1,000 years. The history shows it. You know, so we gotta understand true history. That's why they flipped upside down the timeline. That's why they flipped the maps around. You know, these people playing games just to deceive you. You know, but it ain't too late. It ain't too late to get your head on right and start getting the higher learning on your own. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't leave it in their hands for me to take my mental capacity to another level. That's up to me. You know, if I left that up to them, shit, I'd be more lost than lost. You know, because they ain't doing nothing but training you to be a slave in their educational system and this whole way of life. Training you to be a slave, training you to make somebody else rich, training you not to be a free thinker, training you not to be an independent thinker, training you to depend on the government zaddy, causing gender wars, splitting the nuclear family, making it where men and women don't work together. You know, making it where women want to play the roles of men and some men playing the roles of women. You know, I ain't feeling that shit, you know. Salute.
Biatch.
So it's all by design. But the thing is though, it's all illusion. The more people take the time to pause for a minute, smell the roses, read between the lines, and break through the spell and see through the illusion, it break down their whole system. You know, they whole system depend on the illusion. It depend on that's what's keeping them on top, is a whole illusion. You know, and all the people got to do is break that illusion. You know what I'm saying? Separate ourselves. Like they was talking about Kyrie Irving and the Nike deal, man. Fuck Nike. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, as I get older in life, you know, I don't think about Nike and Adidas and all that. Fuck that shit. You know, I'd rather put my coin somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere else that's gonna support a Naga like me. You know, that shit costs too much anyway. That's what's keeping the tribe poor now. You know, brothers and sisters, we spend so much on these name brands. You know, we don't invest in ourself as a unit, as a whole. You know, and we ain't gonna, you know, we invest in all the wrong stuff, man. You know, like just like even with the Kyrie and Ye situation, it's enough brothers and sisters out there. They got enough of these other man fiat. They got enough of that. But they could have pulled together and said, you know what, we don't need their system. You know, they want to cancel us and blackball us when we speak up about our identity and who trying to steal it. Guess what? We'll start our own thing. You know, and brothers supposed to fall in line. You know, George Witcher say Elon Musk and actress Charlize Theron are your Africans. Facts. Facts. That's what a lot of people don't see. A lot of people don't understand that the people that they think are Europeans are actually Africans, and it's all Europhrasia. It ain't nothing but two hemispheres. It's an eastern hemisphere and a western hemisphere. They line about that with cardinal direction. They want to tell you this the western hemisphere, and they want to tell you the eyes of the Gentile is the eastern hemisphere. But if you look by Hebrew direction, this the east and that's the west. So it's only real two hemispheres on the plane. You know, they want to break it down in nations and countries and continents. But man, you got the eyes of the Gentiles and you got the promised land. The promised land in the true east, the Hebrew east, and the eyes of the Gentiles over there. And the thing is, that's Euphrasia, and that's why this is the Americas. It's the only two places on the plane. It's the Americas and Euphrasia. When you're talking about large major land masses from the west and the eastern hemisphere. So that's Euphrasia. That's all kinfolk. You talking about Africa, Europe, and Asia. That's all the same family. That's all Ham and Japheth people and Canaanites and shit over there. See, over in the Promised Land, you talking about the true Shemite. Now they want to tell you on their old T&O map and all they false history and false timeline. They want to try to tell you Shem Lot was this little tiny speck of land right slap dab in the middle of the eyes of the Gentiles. When none of that don't line up with old historical scripture or any other scripture. None of it don't line up. It all line up somewhere else. And then they want to tell you America is the new world, but it's the true old world. Salute.
You big dummy.
It Shem's real life. See all this breakdown to all of that. It get down to all of this. And it might be over a lot of people's head because, you know, it take time to learn this type of material. And it's a lot of different sources and information, but it all go hand in hand. You know, it all go hand in hand. Yeah, but I represent the truth. Now, I ain't knocking them bros in Africa. I ain't knocking them if they're a Hamite. You know, if they the seed of Ham or Cush, you know, that's cool with me. I'm just saying that ain't me. I'm just saying I'm the seed of Abraham. Salute. You know what I'm saying?
You big dummy.
Don't get mad at me. Cause I honor my father, Jacob, Abraham, and Isaac. You know what I'm saying? I ain't honoring Ham and Cush. Man, y'all can have that. You know, that ain't for me. It ain't for me. I know too much. And if some people don't understand that, then that's on them. You know, that's on them. But man, I'm Blackjack. This House of Masculinity, man. We're gonna still keep bringing this truth. Hey, you like it or love it. I know some people don't like it. They can't take it. It ain't my fault though. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it, they gonna respect my house. We let the doorknob hit their ass with the Most High split their ass.
You big dummy.
And we out this motherfucker.